ovens, we're going to spray this down. As you can see, I am spraying these, but not this. This particular thing is something that you wipe down only. Don't spray directly on it. We don't want to have any extra issues with rust on a griddle. I'll just wipe the crumbs out and then leave that. So essentially griddles only get wiped down. It's something that they can maintain on their own. Same with the grates here. We're literally going to wipe them down unless they're coated on. Then if they're coated on, we're going to be using our steel wool to kind of be getting in there and getting the little bits of food off. You can just run this right back here, okay? You are going to finalize this by then spraying stainless steel cleaner on later, so don't worry about if you're taking some of that oil off I don't know how to explain this. I guess it'd be particular iron. Call this wrought iron, not a wrought iron, but the iron that needs a little bit of protecting with some stainless steel cleaner. So make sure that we're getting all of that off. Double check the bottoms, and then I'll set them off to the side. As you can see, a lot of those crumbs went directly down or before you set it off to the side. So then I'm going to start from the back. Now, for fancy houses like this is not something that we're going to be cleaning on a regular basis unless it's something that they require. If that's the case, those are things that need to be soaked along in the sink. Otherwise, it's just wiped down.
Yeah.
All right, grab the one downstairs. Okay. As you can see, I am doing pretty much everything around the oven as well because this is the time we're here. So I'm starting at the back. I even did that. I'm going to be rubbing on this to get any of that stuck on grease oil.
I thought it was kind of odd that you were done already. I was supposed to get the two upstairs ones. Get the girls in the master. Well, if you're supposed to get the boys and these two downstairs. This one, and then whoever's finished first will get the downstairs. It doesn't matter, it's done. It does not matter.
If there is any of these rubber things that pop off, make sure you're placing them back in there. We don't want to have those be lost. Any dirt and grime that you can't get to, please use that toothbrush as well.
Taller, so you can reach the high spots.
Now, for on top of here, we're going to be using the steel wool as well to get any of those burnt on spots up top of that, and then setting that off. Now, I place them over to the side in order so that when I'm placing them back, I don't have to think, oh, where does this one go and where does that one go? Okay, so as you can see, I'm using the steel wool around the outside, and I'm kind of pushing it down on where it was to kind of steady it. You can do that by placing it down on top of your rag as well. So I will, if those come off, they get stuck together and put back over there so that you don't have to think about where they go. So we're going to be looking at this. A lot of it is, you know, kind of cooked on stuff that can possibly come off, and you want to give it a good try. But if it doesn't come off, it doesn't come off. Those are things that, you know, that's the deep cleaning stuff that if they want that done, that's the extra above and beyond projects that we can swap out with something else. So not all of the ovens have this feature where it kind of comes off these things. So please make sure that you are doing your level best to use the steel wool around it here if it stays on. So these things sometimes stay on. Try not to get any of the crumbs down in the holes. Right now I'm literally just trying to get the crumbs from one side of the oven down onto the floor. Okay? And because there's so many crumbs, there's a good chance that you're going to need to change your rag halfway between, just to get something that you're not continually moving crumbs from one side to the other. Oh, there goes that little piece again. Any stuck-on stuff usually should be able to be used with a stainless steel, or sorry, steel wool. There we go. To get off if it doesn't just come off, okay? If it's extremely bad, use crud cutter, and then you're going to have to do an extra level, an extra set of polishing up after crud cutter, okay? If it's a glass cooktop, which we've discussed for previous, you can even use some of your oven cleaner on those cooked on spots on the cooktop. I don't recommend that with the stainless steel. It tends to spot it, and sometimes even stainless steel, if it looks like it's stainless steel, ends up being actually fake stainless steel, so it's not something that I highly recommend. Then you finish up before you put everything back. Rochelle, do you mind grabbing me a orange rag, please? All right.
I'm guessing you already started recording.
Yes, he did. It's great. Skinny figure. That's all we got. Okay, I'm going to spray the stainless steel cleaner directly onto this oven this time. I know that that is not how I taught you to. I taught you to spray the middle of your rag, which I should probably do right now. You put your hand right here, you put the middle of here, so that you have a portion of the rag that is continually still dry, and that'll polish up. However, I did not do that with my rag, and I'm trying to beat the clock because our video camera is about to die, and you have more important things to do than have to learn this and take forever. So that is a quick little hack. As you can see, some of these things I'm going to pick back up to pick any of the stainless steel cleaner out from underneath. But then once that happens, this is what I'm going to do next, is I'm going to remove the griddle portion off of here. I'm going to spray down this stuff real quick with stainless steel cleaner, or polish, and then dry that off. And you will have some oil again on that countertop, so you will have to pick that back up underneath. But as you can see, that's literally, you just go around it, you place it back where it belongs, and voila, you have a very, very well cleaned, very oiled, very polished stovetop. Okay, so if you are, what did I do? Okay, all right, so if you are removing the handles, which is easiest actually to clean these, because as you can see, you know, if they turn it on, they're going to get to a side that you can't see. So instead of getting down there and getting right next to it, then what I do is I recommend taking the stove handles out. Again, just like this, you place them directly back where you put them, where you need to put them. So you never have to wonder, okay, does this one go to this one? Because sometimes they'll have different keys, essentially, for doing that. And so you really want to make sure that each one of those is put back immediately where it goes. Now, if you can't get it open, can't get it off, don't worry about it, just do your very best. But like I said, you may even want to turn it upside down so you can see that you got it, which may, of course, light the fire, but it's either that or get down. And then that includes this area here, which we talked about earlier with the microwave, and making sure that you get all of these crevices right here, and any fingerprints. So, okay, well, now that you know how to do that, and I haven't forgot anything, I don't think, so you move on to the bottom of the oven, and what I'll tend to use is a dirty rag for that. You want to wipe the oven, which is, there's whole nother training video on cleaning ovens, so that's not something I'm going to bore you with the second time. Alright, for islands, we're going to be wanting to work from the top down. So for things like this, yes, you're going to have to either knee or stand on a step stool. With lights, we do just the inside, just the outside. We're getting any bugs, spots. But the thing is, if your eyeball is the same height as the light, you can't see what's on here. So every once in a while, not every time, do we need to come in here and clean off the up here as well, because there will be bug spots up here, and you can't really always see the lighting fixtures as well as if you were above the light itself. The other option is to turn off the light. Don't put your wet rag on a light bulb if it's not the high efficiency, because it will shatter. Okay, I have done that before. So literally you're going from the top down, then you're going to be doing the area right here, then you're going to do the stools themselves, start there. I will flip them up so that I don't have to be bent over. I'll do the legs here, okay? And I can work around it this way, or you can spin it. So like I said, I'm going to do the top, make sure there's nothing stuck on the top, and know that it's disinfected before I put it on the countertop. Then you can do the legs up here by spinning it, which is the way I prefer actually. So if it is a metal, doesn't have the padding there, don't spin it. Do the majority of the work down here, and just get down and do this, and then put them up. Okay? Okay. We just got done teaching you how to do bar stools. That's also in the kitchen area if you don't know about that, that video. With table, chairs, we tend to do mostly the horizontal. So essentially you're going to be getting this area where the hands usually touch, getting that disinfected and cleaned. Then we'll do the horizontals like this, okay? And then the seat, if it's a house with kids and stuff, this is a must, is getting that seat. So handle area, you know, where you handle it, okay? Horizontal, and then seat, okay? There's a few other horizontals on a chair, as you can see. Those need to be gotten. Now, if you're flipping them to put them up for a commercial use or a large more of a commercial setting, you're going to be picking up the hair from off the bottom, just throwing it on the floor, because the reason you're getting it off there is so you can do your floor anyways. With a kitchen table like this, what I tend to do is I will sweep this area right here, pull them out, leave them out, then sweep underneath the table, then push them back and do one last final sweep where you dusted them, just with the dust mop or with the vacuum. So that's something that we're doing, is we're doing the horizontals and where you're touching it, and eyeballing it anywhere else for any milk spills, that kind of stuff as well.